Hello everyone, and welcome back to part, I believe, oh man, it's been a while. I think it's part 6? Yeah, part 6. Or is it part 5? Anyways, welcome back to Intro into CVS2. Sorry for the long delay. There was a lot of things that came up recently. There was SCR, and then it's just been busy. That thing's loud. Just been busy the last few weeks. But anyways, we're back, and we're going to get into the next groove, and that groove is N groove. Which I gotta say is probably what most new players jump into when they first got into it. It's definitely what you will see when you see really old, like the first tournament footage of CVS2 is a lot of N groove. And the reason for that, it has a lot of tools. It's considered mid-tier though. It has a lot of tools at your disposal, but it falls short in one aspect, which we'll get into. So let's get started.
Keep rocking, baby.
Now, let's see, who do we want to show it off? Oh, I know. Do Akuma. Akuma has some fun stuff in N group. He's actually a pretty viable character in N group. And then show off other stuff with Sagat. Okay. N groove itself is based off the KOF 98 series from the SNK series. So starting off, and I say that because you look at the bottom, its meter has 3 pips, because of your super meter. Unlike in KOF 98, you don't get more pips as you get less and less in characters. Before, in KOF 98, when you went to your second character, you get a max of 4 pips, and when you get to your last character, you get a max of 5 pips. I believe. I'm pretty sure that's correct. But in any case, in this case, you only get a max of 3 pips no matter what character you're at. So starting off, it is an SNK groove, so let's get into the basic mechanics and movements. You have run, which is, whoops, as usual, I always forget. There we are. Alright, whoops, wrong one. There it is, okay. So double tapping forward, you have run, you can hold down forward. And you have run pressure, all that kind of stuff. As said before when we did S groove. What else you have? You have short hop, lightly tapping up or up to down really quickly, and you can combo into it. The next thing it has, it is one of the grooves that does have roll, which is done by pressing light punch and light kick at the same time, so you have roll cancel. Oops. That was probably it. So you can roll cancel through moves and all that kind of stuff. So you have roll cancel at your disposal. You have roll for mixing up stuff, all that kind of stuff. Next off is something that we've seen before. Like I said, every groove has some sort of wake up mechanic, either a delayed wake up or quick get up. N groove has quick get up, which I'll show here real quickly. Oh, you know what I'll do is actually do. Wow, I'm horrible. Yep. And I did those for a reason. Because that way it just goes easier for me to when we go into the next part that I'm going to do. Actually, that's actually a bad idea because I'm not going to be able to. Can I quick it up after? I don't think you can quick it up after. Yeah, you can't quick it up. That was actually dumb of me. I'm sorry. That's one thing I did not mention that I think I forgot in the original is that I don't believe you can quick get up, or maybe you can still tactical recovery, but I'm pretty sure you can't quick get up after a super knockdown. Much like in like KOF and some other games and stuff like that, you don't have your get up potential when your get up possibilities when you get hit by a super. I'm pretty sure that's the case. I'll double check it. But so in the meantime, oops, do that one. Do that. Okay. Now that I got those two doing, gotta get back in the swing of things here. So we do have quick get up. Yeah, okay, so yeah, with Super, you cannot quick get up. I totally forgot about that when I first started talking about mechanics, but I guess I didn't really know about them. I didn't really discuss quick get up mechanics in the first video. But in any case, so you have quick get up on, you have quick rise on your when you fall off a normal knockdown. So keep that in mind when you're playing against it to know what situations you can, how to punish certain situations. I'm pretty sure after Sagat, after like a throw, he can do like a quick fireball, heavy fireball, and it will punish anybody that does a quick get up. And if you are in a quick get up groove like N, to know what situations are a good time to quick get up and when are not. So keep that in mind. Next thing it has, oops, has guard cancel. Well, that's an interesting. I didn't realize I could do that. So this is alpha, essentially alpha counter. It's just really quick just to show it. Okay, so as you see, takes away 1 bar meter, as well as quite a bit of your guard meter. You will never go below 0 when you use your alpha counter. That's done by pressing forward and medium attacks and the 2 medium attacks during your blocks during a block animation. It's good for when people are trying to chip you out. Also, if just someone is just pressing like crazy and you're trying to, relieve the pressure. Essentially, you don't have to worry about like white life or whatever like that. But it's good for relieving pressure, much like in SF5. The next thing that it has that is probably one of its strongest tools, but it's one of the hardest to use effectively, and that is something that's in modern KOF game now, as well as older ones, is guard cancel roll. Oops, I did that way too late. Okay. Oh, I messed that up. So the idea is, instead of pressing forward and turn you. So instead of pressing forward and medium attacks, you press forward and light attacks. As you notice, I could also do back and light attacks as well. But you have to know when to do that. So as you saw, it's a very good tool for punishing certain moves that are usually safe. They're usually on both of those supers on block are safe. You can't punish them afterwards in any case. Either Tiger Raid or Tiger Cannon. But with guard cancel roll, you can just roll right through it. Now, Tiger Raid is a little bit tricky. You have to actually guard cancel on the first hit of his diving kick part. After the first 3 hits, you have to immediately guard cancel the next bit of it, and then you will guard cancel roll backwards, be invincible for those final hits, and then you can punish him afterwards. He recovers really quickly though, so if you do it a little bit, if you miss that timing, you won't get it. But it's very good for punishing miss combos. So like if he does like jab jab, boom. So let me show. Whoops, let me show that real quick. So it's most commonly used for punishing miss combos. So stuff like that. You know what I need to do? Let me do. And then I'm going to be holding down back this whole time, so that way you can see that I'm actually punishing it. Yeah, man. Okay. Don't break my guard. And of course, okay. Well, we're gonna have to do this a little bit usually. So you can see there's a punish. Okay, so that's a very strong tool. Another way to use it is for when punishing normally safe block strings. So for instance, now I'm going to have to do this a little bit different since you can apparently duck standing jabs. So let me change that real quick. I'm going to do shorts instead. Oops. Is that? That's fine. God damn. Okay, that's good enough. You get the idea. So, like if you see someone constantly using that block string, that hit string, well, stuff like that. So, it's a very strong tool to use, but you have to use it in the right situation. If they're just hitting normals like that, they're not committing to anything really heavy, you're not going to be able to punish it with it. You still have to recover after the roll. It's good for punishing stuff that are maybe certain characters normally can't punish. So like slower characters or characters without good reach can't really punish Blanka balls very well. But if you can read it and you block and then you guard cancel roll, usually most characters can punish it, depending how fast your roll is. So it's a very strong tool to use, and I'll show you some more stuff in a, and I'll link a video that shows some really good tools to like good options to use and when to use it using certain characters during certain movesets. Basically, you want to find moves that are that are normally safe but have a high block stun and high recovery. So normally they hit something, you are in block stun for a while, and they're recovering, and both of you are recovering at the same time. But with guard cancel roll, they're still in their recovery while you just roll through and then punish them with it. So like Eagle standing fierce, far standing fierce is a good example. Hibiki slash is very punishable. Certain characters can even punish it on hit if you have a fast enough super, but this you can just roll right through. And I'll show you a little bit more because I have to let me go into the meter a little bit more of how the meter works to show what else you can do with it. So let me put them back to normal here. Alright, so in N group, you notice you have 3 meters, and so you have level 1, and that uses the level 1 group. Okay. And no matter what you do, you're only getting the level 1. Okay. And you build that up by doing specials and all that kind of stuff. To get more damage out, like in KOF 98, you can pop a stock, and that's done by pressing both heavy attacks. In this mode right now that you see you're going down, you're in this mode for about 15 seconds, and you have 20% damage increase. And when you have it, I didn't get it in time, but when you are in here, just do the easy one. You have access to your level 3. Okay? So, now one thing to keep in mind is that it's not like KOF where you can do like fierce and then pop. You can't do that in this game. You can't go into a combo, pop your meter, and continue comboing, and then go into your heavy damaging combo. That's not how this works. You actually have to pop it in the neutral. You can't just go... You can, but you are actually... There's 8 frames. It takes 20 frames for the whole thing to go through, but you can cancel after 8 frames of that animation. So let me just get rid of this. So, but you can't do like a short activate or something like that and keep comboing. Okay, so you have to do it in kind of in the neutral. You can do some tricks with it while you're like if you're doing pressure. Akuma is one of them. So some pop tricks for Akuma is. I'm so bad. That is really hard to do, pop into demon, but it's one of the main mechanics that... Aye. Let me see if I can get it. It's really hard to get. The execution is really hard. Nope. Let me try it a few more times here. If I don't get it, then we'll move on. Oh, I'm getting light punch and light kick at the same time instead of separate. Ah! Right, let me do 2 more times here and see if I can get it. Oh my god. Oh, great. Let me see if I can get it on this side. Close, but you get the idea. And that is possible. That's one of the main things you see Nuki do. Nuki is one of the main players who actually still use N even after all the crazy stuff that came out. But that's one of the main things. Another thing you can do with popping is you can do, let's say if you see someone jumping, you can pop at level 3. God damn half circles. Come on! 8 half circles. Anyway, so you can do stuff like that. So if you have like Sagat would be a better example. You can pop, and then after 8 frames, you can do a level 3 in the level 3 Tiger Cannon to hit him out of the air. You can do anti-air supers. If you see someone doing a fireball, Akuma's not really a good enough thing for this. I might switch characters here in a second here. Try a few more times here. God damn. Jesus. Oh, I didn't have meter. That was dumb. And now I'm gonna have to wait. Hold on. I'm gonna try this. I practiced it and I got it a few times, but now I'm not getting it. Ah. Aish. That's usually what I usually get. Ah. How can I not get it now? Screw it. But you get the idea. I'll link a description that has Nuki doing it like a lot. That was his main thing when he had Akuma. Is he would do it in the fifth. There's like basically a mix-up when he does that. He would do it literally on people's wake up here, and then go straight into Demon, or he can go low. If he thinks they're going to jump out, you just do this in their face, because you're pretty much invincible at that point, and if they try to jump out, they'll get hit out of the air. I think he can even... Yes, he can. He can combo after that. So that was one thing. So he would get a knockdown after like getting like this, and wait for him to land, and then he would go into either Demon, or he would go into low short to combo into that super. Oh, so bad. Or he would do just a regular super in it. Oh, so bad. And yes, you can still do. In run, you also have another thing where you can actually do. There's a way you can do like run cancel, and that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna switch characters here real quick just to show some other stuff you can do with N group pop crits. One thing though, so as you notice, when you pop to get the level 3, it uses a second ball to get that level 3. Okay, so technically in this state, you still do have access to guard cancel roll. So I think that's still in the right thing I wanted to do. Oh yes I do. Yes I am. Hold on. Well, did it the wrong time, because, but you get the idea. Okay, so you can do that too. If you're in that groove, you can still, you basically use all your meter to punish completely. It uses a lot of your, it uses 1 bar meter, and if you notice, I forgot to mention, I'm sorry, it does use a little bit of your guard meter to guard cancel roll, just like doing an alpha counter, just not as much, I believe. So let me change characters really quick. And let me actually show you what characters are mostly strongest in this group. Now, as I said, N group is considered kind of middle of the road strength-wise. The reason for that is because you don't have easy access to damage. In C group, once you hit level 2, you don't have to do anything to try and get the damage. You can combo into a level 2 super. In an N, to get high damaging combos, you can combo into a level 1, but those don't do enough unless you're a character like Chunli who get Oki out of it. And I'll show you those in a second. Oh, stupid announcer, shut up. But, so you have to basically, in order to make the comeback as your final character with all this meter, you have to take the risk by actually, you have to take the risk by popping 1 stock and have 15 seconds to do, to actually, to combo into level 3 or somehow react to something from level 3, okay? So that's the reason why N groove is considered mid-tier. It's just that at here, you don't have an easy access to high damaging combo. You actually have to pop this, and you have a certain amount of time before you can get that damage out. If not, it goes away, and you have to try and waste it again, and that kind of stuff. So it has a hard time of dealing that kind of damage quickly. Where it shines is because you have all these tools, you have run and you have roll, is characters that are very high mix-up or can use those level 1s effectively. Chunli is one of them. Iori is one that uses his, because he has a fast roll and he has a fast run. He has a really good, he has a very high mix-up potential, and he's good as the battery, the point character, because he can build that meter really quickly with his Rekos confirmed. And his running jabs are really strong, and then he can go with the low, run up, man grab, and all that kind of stuff. So having somebody who's fast and stuff, so you see a lot of Iori. You do see the top tiers like Kami, Blanka, Sagat, just because they're strong in most gurus anyways. But other characters that you do see Chunli. Just here, and I'll show you her why. Is because of her. Whoops, wrong button. Hey. And then you have this block under mix-up that you have with Chunli. So that's why she's really strong in it. You can do run-up RC legs, which I'm stuck at, but she can actually even... And then even combo after that. I don't know what strength of the kick is, but you can actually even combo after that and then combo into super using either like stand strong and then slow strong or stand strong, and then you can even do some interesting mix-ups with after hitting, confirming that. Technically, you can confirm this off the jabs. That link into... She does have that, all that kind of stuff. So, Chunli is one you'll see a lot. You will see Akuma. He's not too uncommon in that group just because, like I said, of the pop stuff he can do. He's good on... I've seen him mostly on points, mostly, because he can build meter by doing jump back fireballs and all that kind of stuff. One more character that you'll see, I'll just point it out because people have been saying, oh, you forgot about this about the run group, is in run group, Morrigan has an interesting run. She has her fly that she has in other games. The next one you'll see most often, I would say, I mean, you do see Ryu and Ken a lot just because that's what people run to for it. I played a weird cast of characters. I played Morrigan, Rugal, and like, oh, there's another one, Vice. These two characters mostly most played by Buktooth, Campbell Tran. We made them really famous for it. Whoops. I'm playing both these characters even in tournament settings, so Morrigan has her fly. Now it is a run, so you can't, like, if you're in like K groove, which I'll get into, you can't JD out of that. So just like you can't parry during a run or something like that. But when she has this, she can get a knockdown, she can fly over, and then she has her target combos from Vampire Saber, all that kind of stuff. And Morrigan you see a lot as well from Campbell Tran as well, because she's one of the few that can just hit confirm into her level 3. And that's actually a hit demon, so you can actually, as long as you're able to long as you're just able to do it fast enough during a hit string, you can get that out. You can do it in the air as well, and all that kind of stuff. She's actually really strong in it, mostly either in second area or either in the second or third, because she does best when she has the meter. Oh, come on, game. I haven't played in a while. Hold on. Wow. I need to go back to the lab and remember how to play this game. There we go. But that's it. So that's what you see a lot. So that's what mostly what N-Groove is known for, is you have all these mechanics, but you have a hard time dishing out the damage unless you have the right kind of characters to use. One other character that I see only once, I'm just going to mention it because I love the player, is N-Joe, just because I don't know how he does it. He can do RC, his 100 hands like Honda, but then he can buffer it and then do run for a split second and then another RC hands, run RC hands, run RC hands. It's the most amazing thing I've seen, and I wish I could do it. I'm not very good at it. One quick thing about RCing is that for characters who have like 100 hands, that have 100 hands kind of thing, the reason why a lot of players switch to C in some cases is because in C you have a dash. With the dash you can hide the inputs of stuff like 100 hands and that kind of stuff. So let me show you that real quick. I'm not going to be able to do the run RC, but I'll show you what I mean. So you have RC in N, but since you don't have like a dash, in dash you can hide the inputs to get the RC. Because to get an RC hands like that, you have to piano. It's 5 inputs of any of the either punch or kick, depending on if it's legs or hands or whatever. So what you do is you piano 3, and then you do piano light punch, light kick into fierce. So let me show you that. Okay. Oh, and it goes away. God damn you. Okay, so you have showing with mouse, I think. So you have heavy, so I pianoed heavy, medium, light, and then I piano light, punch, medium, kick, light, punch, light, kick together. That give me the roll, and then I cancels into the heavy part by ending, and depending on what strength your punch you end with, or kick, whatever it is, that's the strength of the move that you get. So as you saw, you're able to, dash and do it. But in N, you don't have that capability. And I think that's where a lot of people switched to C. They saw, N has a lot of the same tool. They have similar tools, except for guard cancel roll. But C has the ability to level 2 cancel. You don't have to worry about popping meter. Once you have level 3, you just have level 3. You don't have to worry about it. And that kind of thing. So that's why I think a lot of people started switching to C Groove, because they saw it's a lot more consistent in dishing out the damage than N Groove is. Just be aware. But N Groove has a lot more of the pressure. If you're one of those people who like getting in, applying pressure, N is the groove for you. So I kind of got it there. So I don't know how he does it. So it's not like I can just hide in a dash. You have to either hide it in a move, and then you can do like after. Okay, so I don't know how he does it. It's some ridiculous, I'm sure some ridiculous button presses. I'll put the link to him. His name is Tsuji. He was actually in one of the most recent tournaments that they showed, which I'm happy to see him again, because I haven't seen him in a while. But yeah, so that's N-Groove in a nutshell. It's very much you're finding characters that have very strong runs, that can apply pressure, and then you want your same kind of thing with like C. You're trying to build that meter for the later characters. And like I said, you can do pop tricks. One of Joe's is that, so while you're pressuring with RC hands and stuff like that, is that if you see someone jump, whoops, you can do that one, but he has a better one. Oh, god darn. Sorry, my apologies. That if you see someone jump, you know, you're kind of pressuring and they're trying to get out of your, if you're doing like RC pressure. See him jump. Okay, that's one of the other things. And then if you have an RC, command grab character. Oh, I didn't show Vice. I'm sorry. I meant to show Vice. I'm sorry. Let me show Vice real quick. Just to show it real quick. So, characters with high mix-up potential and that kind of stuff. So you saw you can pop and do anti level 3 for her. Whoop! God darn you, game. Didn't realize they keep you in that way, but alright.
Wow, they came out with a sneaky surprise attack at the start of the round.
Missed it, but the idea is that, you know, you're applying pressure and you think they're going to stand still for a sec. Yeah, I hate half circles. She's decent enough because she can do RC. She has an RC command grab. So you can do, if you do that on meaty, it'll beat up any kind of wake up. And if they do like an uppercut, it'll actually beat it out completely because it will actually go through the uppercut. They'll whip above you, then you can punish them when they land on the ground and that kind of thing. And she has a fast, decent enough roll. And like I said, you can do pop stuff. Try again. Oh, one thing that she does that, like I said, if you're looking for fireballs, if you see a fireball, pop. Oh my god. What? Hey. I am out of it. I'm sorry, guys. Jeez. Alright, but the idea is you see a fireball pop, and you can punish full screen. Not full screen, but through curve screen fireballs. You can do stuff like that, okay? That's some ideas of popping there. But so you're looking for characters with high mix-up potential. She's like, just the problem is she's a glass cannon. And she has decent level 1s. She can just have her command grab level 1s and all that kind of stuff. She's a decent enough batter character because she has these combos, and if they have quick get up, you can follow after, and that kind of stuff. So that's N Groove in a nutshell. It's not in the top level of the grooves. It's not an A. It's not an A. It's slightly below C because of you have to pop and guess that you're gonna land this. Hopefully, you see how bad that super is. But in that kind of thing. So it has a lot of tools and it's the groove with the most amount of tools in the game. You have guard cancel roll. You have alpha counter. You have quick rise. You have roll. But the problem is you don't have easy access to damage, so you have to find that in certain specific ways. Some players to look into. Like I said, Nuki early on had really strong. I believe he had Akuma, Chunli, Sagat. His Chunli and Akuma were top tier, as well as his Sagat. He actually even got to, I think, like the finals in SBO with his teammates. Some other N group characters are Daidarouku, who played N. What was his team? And Kyo. Kyo is interesting because you can do RC Rekkas and that kind of stuff. And he has some mix-ups off his kick throw. So he did Akuma, Kyo. Who was his last one? It wasn't Rock. Was it Hibiki? Might have been Hibiki. What was that? Was it Sagat? Or maybe it was just Sagat. But in any case. And then there's Tsuji, who did like Enjo, and we do like Enjo, Blanka, Sagat, and that kind of thing. The most common one you see from the US would be Buktooth, famous for his N Morrigan, Iori, and his anchor would be his Hibiki. He would switch it around sometimes. He put Chunli in there if he thought his Morrigan wasn't doing it, or even he put it as his anchor instead of Hibiki and that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's N Groove in a nutshell. If there's anything I missed, let me know. It's a very fun groove. It's the first groove I got started into. It's a pretty easy groove to get into because you have all these tools at your disposal. Like I said, I'm going to put the link in the description on Guard Cancel Roll of where some things you might be interested in. It's definitely during certain block strings. It's definitely a very valuable tool to know when to use and to use it correctly. The problem is knowing when to use it correctly. If you just use it willy-nilly, you're just going to get punished because they're going to recover faster than you if you're just trying to guard cancel through jabs and stuff like that. But in any case, that's End Groove. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope it was informative. We got one more groove to go. I'm sorry this took so long. I'll try to see if I can get the next one out in short time, hopefully by this next weekend. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys have fun. Hope you guys are interested. And I'll see you guys around. Thank you.